What's up, guys? In this video, I'll tell you about my journey to the trifecta coming up. How's it going, guys? John here. Welcome to the New Dad community. This is where you get perspectives from first-time dads. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Part of being a new dad is learning and balancing the new life with a baby, with a wife, and learning how to stay fit. So the way I stay motivated is I did the Spartan race series, I did the Sprint, the Super, and the Beast, and I want to tell you about it. I got a text one day from my friend Chris. He was like, "Yo, John, you want to do the Spartan race? What's a Spartan?" And, did some Googling, figured out it's one of those race things, obstacle courses, and the first time I saw it was 3 to 5 miles, and I was like, 3 to 5 miles, that's sure, I'll do that. I had done half marathons before when I didn't have a kid, and so, I was like, sure, I'll join, why not, have some fun, be out in the sun, etc., etc. So I did the sprint, and it was great. Totally out of shape. It kicked my... I was ready for 3 miles. The race was actually 4 miles, and man, it took us... I'm embarrassed to say 5 hours to complete it. Zero training, zero to little training, and yeah, that was the sprint. It was fun nonetheless. I think we had a group of 6 of us, and we had a good time out there. But it definitely kicked our butt. We did a lot of burpees. We were not in shape to to do the race, but our goal was just to finish, and yeah, we finished in 5 hours. Fast forward to the Super. The Super was anywhere from, what did they say, 7 to 9 miles or something like that. But we did it in Monterey. It was around 8 miles. Man, that was a wake-up call. I definitely trained for this. I didn't want to make the same mistake as I did for the first one. But my friend and I, we didn't train right. We definitely got the miles in. At the end of our training, we were doing 9 miles. But the mistake we made is it was all flat. It was, we jogged on trails. And as you know, if you went to the Monterey Super, there's definitely a lot of hills. And that seems to be the case for the Spartan series. So if you're training for it, definitely do the miles, but do it in the hills, right? Do hikes, elevation change. I definitely felt like I had to train, and I did. I did a lot of body weight stuff, a lot of pull-ups, a lot of burpees, body weight squats, and yeah, it was good training. It definitely got me prepared a little bit for the Super, but I was nowhere ready for the miles, and I was nowhere ready for the strength series things. So things like the bucket carry kicked my butt, things like the sandbag kicked my butt, the Hercules hoist kicked my butt. I couldn't do it. Tire flips, couldn't do it. Everything that related with grips, couldn't do it. So basically, I couldn't do most of the obstacles, and I did a lot of burpees. That's what ended up happening in the Super. Post race, I knocked out. I was very, very drained. I thought I was gonna die literally. It was not funny. It was not fun. But it was definitely good. I think for 8 miles, it took us 5 hours. Did it take us 5 hours? I don't know. I think it took us 5 hours. Yeah. Sorry, the sprint took us 3 hours or something like that. But yeah, it was tough. It was tough. And the reason why I did it is because my friend called me and he said, like, "Hey, John, you could do 8 miles." And at that point in my training, I was like, I need a little push. I need some motivation, so I did it. And so yeah, that was the Super. All right, so I did the Sprint in April. I did the Super in June. And you Spartans out there know that if you do the Sprint, the Super, and the Beast in the same year, you get this thing called the little trifecta. And, I did 2/3 of it. I wasn't just going to stop. Part of me was like, dude, come on, John, you don't have time to train. It's like 16 miles or 14 or whatever it is. But I was like, man, I'm so close. I'm 2/3 of the way there. I'm in shape now. It's in 2 or 3 months. And my friend kept egging me on. He was like, come on, just do it, man. I was on the fence, but I committed to it. For me, it was once in a lifetime thing. I don't know if I'm ever gonna just go to Squaw Valley and hike for 16 miles again. And so, yeah, I was definitely scared because in the super I almost died, and the beast is going to be twice the length. I had to learn, you know, just how to get stronger, how to get more endurance. And so, yeah, so I had to change some things in my training. Alright, so 3 things that I had to do to prepare for the beast. Alright, thing number 1 is I just needed to learn more. The super just kicked my butt, and I just needed to learn, okay, how am I going to do this? I'm like your average, you know, desk job guy. I train on the weekends mainly, and you know, if I wanted to do this 16-mile thing, I was going to have to get smart. I was going to have to research. I met Coach Todd and Coach Spencer at CrossFit Kuruhi. They're super good. Todd taught me about the different energy systems, and Spencer taught me a lot about form and strength, and that I couldn't have done it without the support of CrossFit. I just wouldn't have been strong enough. I wouldn't have had the endurance. After getting smart, I had to just put in the work, right? You know, as a new dad with a son, with a 1-year-old, I had to prioritize training. And so what I ended up doing was I did it first thing in the morning when I woke up. And on the weekends, I had to have communication with my wife, Joy. Thank you for all your support. But on Sundays, that was usually my long hike days. So those were the days I did Mission Peak, famous Bay Area hike around here. And I just had to ramp up, right? At the end of my training, I was doing Mission Peak twice. And, you know, that really prepared me mentally, which is the 3rd thing I had to do. Just be prepared, right? Because the race, the page said 13 to 15 miles. And in my mind, I thought, okay, 13 to 15, if I train for 14, I could just will that last mile, right? And so last minute, as you guys know, they changed the distance. It's 16.7 miles. And in my mind, it kind of freaked me out a little bit because I was like, shit, I'm only prepared for 14 miles. How am I going to do this other 3 miles, right? And so I had to just be mentally strong and just prepare even more, right? A few takeaways here. 1, the race is hard. It's not a walk in the park, but you're going to survive and you're going to make it, all right? A lot of it is mental. When you're climbing uphill and you've got like 6 more miles to go, you know, it's all mental. It's definitely mind over matter. You can do it. Just keep going. Just put one foot in front of the other. You're going to make it eventually. You're not going to die, all right? I thought I was going to die. I thought I was going to die, and I was so anxious about it to the point that I got sick the week before. But I wasn't really sick health-wise. I was just psyching myself out. So just keep that in mind. It's normal. And then the second thing is definitely have a good race day plan. So if you're going to do the beast in Tahoe, you know there's going to be a swim. And again, that freaked me out. But just do some research, right? I literally researched, I Googled how much time can you spend in cold water, right? Because I didn't want to die, right? That was my fear. And so, you know, I eventually figured out that in like 30, 40 degree weather or water, your body can handle it for like 10, 15 minutes. And so I was like, okay, I can do it as long as I'm not in there for more than 10, 15 minutes. And it ended up being like around a minute or maybe less than a minute. But again, you know, it was a mental thing. Another thing is I had to change my nutrition, right? Because for the super, I think I took a Cliff Bar and that's it. And that was not good. For this, I had to do more research again, and I researched that, you know, definitely get those goo gels or e-gels or whatever, and take one every hour or so, right? When you start feeling like you need it, it's too late, right? So just keep taking it as the race goes on. For the beast, I took 7 of them over time. It took us 10 hours to finish. We were there from 10 a.m. to about 8 p.m. And so, yeah, just have enough fuel for the day. Definitely, yeah, just be prepared. If you're prepared, you'll do well. So that was my journey through the sprint, the super, and the beast. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, feel free to email me. I'm happy to help you out, happy to answer any questions, obstacle-wise, nutrition, whatever it is, gear. I'll be putting out more videos specific to each topic, but if you're training for the Spartan, it's a super rewarding race. You can do it. Just keep training, work hard, and be safe out there. AROO, AROO.